Shalom. First and foremost, as usual, before I begin with this lesson, I'm going to start it off by giving all the glory and infinite praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem or Kahakadas, divine set of elders and the apostles, great millstone, on top, and learn this truth 100% from. Peace and blessings be Tayyuaki, Wak, that are serving Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, and sincerity. Hoping for mercy and salvation in these last days, man. Shalom and Yahweh Shema Shabrakatun. So this gonna be a fairly quick lesson. I don't plan on making it long. I was meditating on, if I ain't mistaken, I think it's like Matthew's 6th chapter. When I was at the plantation where Yahweh Shah said, "Aren't you better than they?" Alright, and when Yahweh Shah said, "Aren't you better than they?" he was basically speaking on how the fowls of the earth, the birds, they don't labor in this ministry. You know what I mean? A blue jay don't go out to the hollows and the hedges and do the work, but somehow they wake up and they eat every day, and that's the Most High providing for them. And as Yahweh Shah said, "Aren't you better than they?" And I was just meditating on how you got, different creations of the Most High. They got spiritual power, pretty much. You got superpower type of capabilities. Like you got the electric eel, you know what I mean? And people don't think about this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? If an animal can have a form of what they call superpowers, will make you think that the Most High can bless one of his servants with that type of capability? What makes you think that people back then, before our time, possessed that type of ability? That type of stuff ain't far-fetched. When Esau puts out these movies, what you got to understand is that everything comes from the inspiration of something. That's why I say in the book of Ecclesiastes, the first chapter, I believe, that there is nothing new under the sun, right? Because everything derives from something in some way, shape, or form, man. Alright, so Esau know what's up. Esau know that type of power can be possessed, and it's ultimately gonna be possessed by members of the elect. Hence, this is why they got deep underground military bunkers. Because it tell you in the book of Amos somehow, hey, Jake gonna go snatch their ass up out them bunkers, man. We not gonna do that just being mortal men. We gonna have to have some type of spiritual power to have bullets bouncing and reflecting off us and shit. Being able to just pop up and disappear behind them motherfuckers. We're gonna have to have that type of ability. Not only when we come back down, but even before that. Because the scriptures talk about how this man gonna come down like a madman sparing none. Especially for those you call yourself an Israelite, you gonna need that spiritual power, bro. Right? See, he coming after you first, and he gonna come full-fledged. Esau gonna bless you, basically, bro. That's why I say in Isaiah the 59th chapter, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Most High will basically lift up a standard against thee. So he gonna try to trap you in the corner. You know what I'm saying? Hey, brothers, is gonna get trapped in the corner, and then that standard gonna be lifted. You know what I mean? And when you go into the definition for the word standard, it basically means to put to flight or to catch flight, basically. So a brother may be surrounded by some troops, and out of nowhere you just get picked up by an angel or something, like how the Most High did with Habakkuk. Or he just give you the power where you just up and disappear, like how Yahweh Shah did. You basically teleport. Because when you read in the book of John, when I think Yahweh Shah was telling the disciples to meet him somewhere, I forgot where it was, but he had basically teleported from off the off the other side of the river, man. And brothers is gonna be able to get that same type of power, man. You know, so when you look at these different creations that the Most High got out here, like the electric eel, you know, just the simple fact that something can fly, something can lift itself off the ground and fly hundreds of miles, man. That itself is a form of power. Brothers are gonna be able to fly. Look at how a cheetah can run motherfucking 65, 75 miles an hour, man. You know what I mean? Animals is able to camouflage. Like, come on, bro. How can you do that? That's power in itself, man. So you got animals that's able to camouflage. You got animals that like the pistol shrimp, for an example, and they use an example of that in that movie called Project Power with fuck his dude name? I forgot his name, but they used a form of power from the pistol shrimp, because the pistol shrimp, it can close its claws, if I ain't mistaken, or attack its prey so fast that the water around it boils up because it goes that fast. It's like, damn, it's pretty much like supersonic or hypersonic type shit, man. Alright, so if they can do that, hey, ain't Jake laboring in this ministry better than what what these certain animals are, which is not discrediting them, because everything serves its purpose and everything has a beautiful purpose, man. Alright, but you at the top of the top, bro. You at the top rank. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like the apostles say, you can't get no higher in this ministry than being a prophet, bro. This is the highest rank when it comes to being in this ministry. Out there on the highways and the byways teaching, sacrificing your life, making a fool of yourself to the eye of the public, man. To the public eye. So if you out there doing that for the Most High, you sacrificing, aren't you better than they, man? Aren't you better than the creation that doesn't do those type of things but possesses that type of power? So, hey, brothers got to just consider that, man. Brothers got to keep that type of stuff in mind, because we're going to need that power. I don't give a fuck what Sakari be talking about. You know what I mean? They can put their trust in 30 extensions and them old soft-ass Glocks all they want, man. That shit not going to mean nothing whenever you starving. You ain't going to eat that pistol, bro. You know what I'm saying? That pistol not going to fill your belly up. And people is going to realize that shit. People is going to realize that you're going to need divine intervention on some type of level, man. And brothers is going to get that divine intervention in the fair shit. We going to have to. We going to have to, because if the Most High didn't, as the scriptures say, no flesh will be saved, bro. When you look at the eye of like an eagle, you know what I'm saying? The eagle can see, an eagle can be hundreds of yards up in the air, about thousands of feet in the air, and still, you know what I'm saying, be able to zoom in, like that mug got some damn binoculars or something, bro. Can zoom in thousands of feet from in the air to see if some prey on the ground, see if it's a little ass mice or mouse on the ground. There's some bushes, it can see that. You know what I'm saying? You got birds that can just straight up dive in the damn water, bro. Dive in the water and get out without even getting wet. You know what I'm saying? See fish from in the water from hundreds of feet in the air and just come and dive in there, man. You gotta look at that. And you gotta know your worth as being a servant of Yahweh by Shana Shah, bro. We all fall short. But if the Most High can bless the creation with that, how much more us, man? So, you know, with that being said, this was just something that I wanted to, you know, put out. You know what I'm saying? Strike while the iron was hot, you know, while it was on my spirit, man. Lord willing, brothers did, you know, as well as you few sisters out there that be listening, had caught on to the image that I was trying to paint, you know, for you brothers and sisters, man. But, you know, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. Shalom. Yahweh Shema Shabbat Kathum. And above, man. Shalom.